Duck Creek Fuels project is a hazardous fuel reduction project. We have a lot of communities right in the Cedar City Ranger District surrounded by National Forest, and they were identified in 2001 as communities at risk. So we started planning the Duck Creek Fuels project. We have various treatments that we're doing, and we're doing them to reduce hazard fuels. We want to retain the larger fire-resistant trees that were here historically, and we're also trying to regenerate aspen.
And basically what the project is a fuels reduction project to reduce the risk of catastrophic fires in the forested landscape. And in this particular project, to reduce the potential fuels around a subdivision. There's approximately 5,000 homes out here in this general area. So what we were attempting to do with this project was to reduce the amount of fuels so that if a fire occurred in this area, we can get firefighters into this area safely to combat that fire.
So here behind me we have some untreated area. There's many trees per acre, a lot of late successional species, a lot of species that are really prone to high intensity wildfire. Very little aspen regeneration going on here. Ponderosa pines can't go to seed here. The seeds can't take because there's no bare soil. And then as we look over here to a treated area that we have, we've taken out most of the small trees. We've retained the large fire-resistant trees. Retained some aspen also. Within a couple of years we'll come here, we'll burn this so all the slash goes away. That's going to help stimulate aspen to grow. So in a couple of years we should be seeing a lot of aspen shoots in here, and most all these big trees should survive when we do our prescribed burning.
Well, it accomplishes a number of objectives. First, it helps us to better protect the communities around Duck Creek from large fires in the future, provide for greater firefighter safety in the event of a fire in the future, and then help us to achieve some natural resource objectives with the aspen regeneration, with the thinning of some of the stands, and improving some of the scenery where we've had a lot of dead and down timber in this area.
This forest has become so overgrown that a fire could come through here and destroy the whole stand. But now with these treatments, we have past treatments scattered out through the forest in the greater Duck Creek area, and we'd much more be able to get a handle on a catastrophic fire, or before it turns catastrophic anyways. Keep the fire small and reintroduce fire kind of on our own terms, and keep fire low intensity like it used to be, historically, say pre-European settlement. All the work done in the Duck Creek Fuels project has been done by a private contractor. During the summer months when there's no snow up here, he has 20 to 50 people working on this project, and that's since 2006 to the present. They've been working up here. And then in the fall, when the snow starts to fly, the contractor also does a lot of burning for us. We have areas that have been thinned and piled. The contractor will go in and burn those piles.
A typical stand of timber prior to the treatments, it's highly dense with vegetation, so we have a lot of dead trees, very thick, unproductive stand of timber.
Aspens are kind of a telltale for the ecosystem. In this country, when you have a lot of aspens present, that means you have a healthy ecosystem. There's disturbance in the forest, and these forests are formed on disturbance. So you have a disturbance come through, say fire or a treatment like we're doing here, then you have the ability for aspen to regenerate. And aspen, is also a food source for a lot of wild animals. And so we like to get aspen back because, like I said, it's a telltale of ecosystem health.
And you can look around and see a lot of beetle kill in this area that could pose a really severe potential fire hazard for the communities around here, especially these subdivisions. And were a fire to come through, it would be a really big challenge for us as firefighters to control it. Well,
the fire threats that you see in here is you see a lot of ladder fuels which allow the fire and the flames to actually get up into what's called the crown, the top of the trees. Another issue is with the amount of material that's currently in here. When a fire does come in here, it's very hot and very difficult to suppress in terms of construction of lines and things like that. It would typically put up a lot of smoke, a lot of heat, and a lot of these trees that are standing that are currently dead will typically come down during a fire incident, providing hazard to not only the public but to the firefighters that would be on this spot.